So I recently published my C200 review. If you haven't seen it, I'll leave a link down below in the description or a card up above, whatever is easier for you to get to. Basically, one of the biggest problems that I have with this camera is that you can't shoot in a 10-bit format. No 10-bit 422, no 10-bit 444. But I found a pretty awesome workflow that I think if you own this camera, you're probably gonna wanna end up doing it. And it does not require you to transfer any files onto your computer. So there's not gonna be any additional storage that you have to worry about. So basically what you'll need is Adobe Media Encoder. And I'll also show you guys how to automate the process. So let's go ahead and jump in and I'll show you this awesome workflow. So I have Media Encoder fired up, and the first thing that we wanna do is import our files onto here so that way we can transcode them. So basically you can see that I haven't moved anything, I haven't transferred any media to my computer. So basically I'm gonna go ahead and insert my card. So you'll see it pop up here, Canon. So I just inserted, shot some footage, and we're gonna go ahead and transcode that to 10-bit 422. So the first thing we wanna do is check on this or click on this plus sign, and then it'll automatically, well, just because I last picked this folder, but this is directly from my CF card. So this is not for my computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and just select all of the files. So I shot 3 files, go ahead and click on open. So you'll notice it's a QuickTime file. It's not a QuickTime, it's a RAW file, but it interprets it as a QuickTime file. And then right here, this is really important, the match source. So we don't wanna use this. What we wanna do is we wanna search here on the preset browser for Cineform. So you'll see here 10-bit Cineform GoPro, and what we want to do is drag that over onto the match source right here on this one. So we're going to create a brand new preset from scratch. So basically once you do that, you want to click on that and it'll open up this window. So now what we want to do is create this preset so that way we don't have to do this over and over again. So this is something that you'll only have to do once. And you'll see here, like for example, effects, video, audio, captions, which I'll kind of go through some of these. Basically, I'll show you what I do. So the very first thing, we'll go to effects. So you can actually add a LUT from the get-go. So you can take your files that you shot and basically add a LUT. And that's something that we don't want to do. In this case, I don't do anything like that. And there's other things here that you can like overlay stuff. But again, I want a clean file straight from basically the source, the raw file. So I'm gonna go ahead and move now to video. So this is something I will change, is the quality. I want maximum quality, so I'll change that to number 5. And then I'm gonna go ahead and go down here, everything looks good. And then click on render at maximum depth. And then that's basically it for this over here. Now in terms of audio, I do record into 2 channels. So they're mono, so I'm gonna go ahead and just select mono here for channel 1. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add another track for, it's also a mono track, but this is for channel number 2. So I'll just go ahead and leave that after that, nothing else. I'm not doing any captions. If you want to publish directly to like Adobe Creative Cloud, or if you want to go to YouTube, Facebook, they have other stuff here, which I don't do. That's basically it. The last thing I do is I will check mark the use maximum render quality. That's basically it. So this is a preset that we want to save. So we go right up here where it says save preset, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this raw to 10-bit. And I'm going to go ahead and click on OK. Once we do that, I don't want to hit OK yet because I have other files over here that I want to convert. So now what we need to do is search for that new file format that I created. So it's right here, raw to 10-bit. And then what we want to do is just drag that over to the file. So do that over here too. And then over here to this one. Now, once I go ahead and pretty much click on play, it will now convert all of my files from raw to a 10-bit 422. Okay, now where is it going to go to? We have to create an output folder. So automatically it creates it to the CFast card, which is something we don't want to do. So what we want to do here is create something on your hard drive. So in this case, I have a folder called 10-bit export on my D drive. So I'm going to go ahead and use that and do the same here for this one. Here's the problem. This gets really annoying because you have to keep doing it over and over and over again. So I'm going to go ahead and show you how to streamline this so you never have to do this again. But for the sake of this demo, I'm just showing you right now how this is being done. So now we have our source file, which is taken from the CFast card directly. It's going to be converted from raw to 10-bit, and it's going to be outputted to this D drive. Like, that is awesome, right? So if I go ahead and hit play, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's going to take that raw file, and you'll see here, it's just going to take some time, and it's going to convert it from raw to 10-bit. But how do we streamline this process? Like, I don't want to do this every single time that I have to, import files, or this just gets too annoying. So let me go ahead and stop this. Are you sure you want to finish? No, I don't want to finish it. So let me just go ahead and just delete all this. So I'm gonna show you guys how to streamline this and never have to do this again, ever. So what we wanna do is create a watch folder. So the very first thing you wanna do is click on this plus sign. And then what we wanna do is create a watch folder. So basically we're telling Media Encoder, whenever you see any raw files from this directory, in this case, it's going to be from my CFast card. I'm gonna go ahead and just select CRM Reel 011, hit select folder. So whenever it detects any files from there, I want you to basically automatically do this. So remember, we created that preset, so now we have to drag this raw to 10-bit right here, and then we want to tell it what folder to output. So remember, in my case, it's my D drive, 10-bit export, and that's basically it. In a matter of just a couple of minutes, sometimes it takes a minute, sometimes it's a couple of seconds, whenever I insert my card, it will automatically, Adobe Media Encoder will automatically do this. It may not do it right now, like I said, because sometimes it takes a couple of minutes, and I'm not gonna sit here for a couple of minutes until it does it, but trust me, you can do it yourself. It will automatically convert all of your files that are in this directory without you having to specify. So it's just literally putting them into your CFast card, and it'll automatically, your computer will do all the work. So now let's go ahead and jump into Adobe Premiere. So I've just created a test sequence so you guys can see the difference between a raw file and a 10-bit file. Right now, it actually just started, so it's still transcoding. Actually, let me minimize this so you guys can see. One of them's already done and the other one's still working. So we'll go ahead and just play around with this for now. So I'm gonna go ahead and import some media. So I'm gonna import it directly from my CFast card, which should be the E drive. Oops, sorry, it's F drive. CRM, I'm gonna go ahead and just import. And you'll see that whenever the Adobe Media Encoder does stuff, it'll actually rewrite the directory. So for example, here's the source. So since remember one of them is already done, it'll just put it in here. So we'll go ahead and just drag that in here. We'll take one file. So this is the raw file. So I'll drag this into my timeline so you guys can go ahead and see. So that is one file that's already done. And I'll show you guys really quickly here. If I go into my effects panel and I drop one of my presets that I've created for a color. So for example, if I drop in Studio Log 2, it basically grades really nicely because I've already, pretty much created this preset. So I'm gonna grab that 10-bit file, the one I pretty much already did or converted, and I'll show you that it looks the same. So let's go ahead and import that now. So let's go ahead and go into the project and then go ahead and import the one that was already done. Maybe two of them already done now. So that's in my D drive, 10-bit export. Actually, I think all of them are done now. So let's go ahead and find, I think that's, 1P2. So it's this one. So this is a 10-bit file. And you'll see here when I play it back, there it is, the 2 tracks. Remember we created that. So this will play back. I'll go ahead and hit play. It'll play back a lot smoother. Obviously, I'm doing screen recording right now, but playback is really nice. I'm just doing some tests here with color and stuff. So same thing, if I go ahead and go into my effects panel, and if I drop this Studio Log 2, it looks just like this one, basically. A very small, a little bit more hint of magenta here, because remember we have less color space that we're working with, but overall it looks pretty much identical. The idea behind this is that you want to make sure that you still shoot this at the right color temperature. You want to make sure that you're properly exposed because you won't have any of the raw values, basically. You lose all of that, but you still have the flexibility. If I want to edit this in post-production, I still have 10-bit 422, which is really awesome. So anyway, this is basically the workflow that I do whenever I want to convert to 10-bit 422. So I've tried DaVinci Resolve, I've tried Canon software, and personally for me, I feel that if you want to get 10-bit 422 from the C200, this is probably going to be the fastest and easiest way, personally in my opinion, just because you kind of set it and forget it, and it just kind of works on its own. So if you guys have a better method, please feel free to share it down in the comment section below. I'm always open and willing to try new things, but as of right now, I feel that this is the best and fastest format if you want to get 10-bit 422. Also, if you guys want to see more behind the scenes, follow me on Instagram TV. I'll be posting more behind the scenes and also smaller format reviews, typically less than 10 minutes. So make sure to check it out at Mondobytes if you guys want to check out more behind the scenes. Thanks again for watching, and you will catch me in the next one. Adios.